Andrew Lopez, Brody Miller here. LSU a victor, 31-0
Technically.
over Southeastern. Not the prettiest of wins, but it is a win nonetheless. First shutout by the Tigers since September 13th, 2014 over ULM, who Southeastern played last week, and that score also 31-0. Wasn't pretty. What did you see tonight?
Yeah, I don't want to overreact. I mean, at the end of the day, like, that's why you have these games, to get some rust out, to get some things, try some things, and you get it out of the system now. But this was an ugly game in a lot of ways. Yep. I mean, they won 31-0. I don't want to, like, overdo this, but the offense had a rough day. And Ed Ogeron was pretty honest about a lot of things not looking good today. The offensive line didn't protect well enough. Joe Burrow, he also said, held on to the ball too long a few times. And the defense, he wasn't even that. Start over.
No, I mean, we can just keep going since we're live already.
All right, let's go.
So, and he's just going to back up right into it. This is our fault for being here. But no, like you were saying, we'll let him move. Sorry, guys. Mostly sorry to Clyde, since Clyde's watching.
Hi, Clyde.
Like you're saying, he criticized pretty much everybody.
Pretty honest,
he didn't try to sugarcoat this. He didn't try to make it painted a picture that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like you said, he talked about Burrow, talked about his buck linebackers, talked about his offensive line a lot. And I think there is some reason to be concerned going into next week. And
by the way, we have some questions about what's up with Torrey Carter. To some extent, it's a little gray. There are about 6 or 7 players: Torrey Carter, Sadiq Charles,
Ed Alexander, Michael Divinity.
Yeah, and I believe some other, Jonte Kirkland.
Jonte Kirkland and Aaron Moffitt all were guys who we did not see on the field
or
at
on
all.
The sideline or anything.
Yeah. Usually when that happens, it does mean a suspension. Ogeron said that there were some guys.
Internal matters.
He said the one, and the only thing that he said that really surprised me was the fact that he came out and said that we missed Sadiq Charles.
Yes.
We don't know what the suspensions are for, but we will say this. LSU's drug policy for their students has changed, their substance abuse policy. If you violate it, they can pick which game they can, in the first 30 days of a season, which game they're suspended for. That's why, remember, last year you had 13 guys out for that BYU game. This year you end up with would look like 5 or 6 guys that maybe weren't here, and that's probably all the comment that we're going to get on that.
Yes. So I mean, and the main thing you're going to take from this is just looking ahead to Auburn. That's what makes this all seem so much worse than it is. The main things that seem off right now are the things that Auburn is going to take advantage of even more. Auburn has a very good front seven. And that is going to, and Southeastern Louisiana just got in the backfield all game against LSU.
They were able to bring blitzes, and it really changed what these guys were going to do tonight. Another 50% game from Burrow. That's another thing you don't want to see. Now there were some drops, but it's again not something you want to see.
Yeah, I think pretty much all of us said after last week's game against Miami, like, hey, if you really just look at when he had time in the pocket, when he had time, he looked pretty good in there. And I think I would grade him like a B. And I would say the exact same things about this game. I know it's a different opponent, so it's a little harder to hear. But when he had time, Joe Burrow looked good, and he also made a lot of plays with his feet. Just there's a lot of
you also got to remember this: the guy that they used, and now a lot of pressure did come off the right side at Bedard Traore, but on their left side they had Austin Deculus. And again, this is not, having looked at much film of this, obviously, just looking at the game itself.
Well, grades tomorrow.
Yeah, Brody will have grades tomorrow. Austin Deculus, your starting left tackle, is the guy who was 3rd in your right tackle battle.
Yes. Because
you already lost Adrian McGee on the right side, and Deculus had moved to left guard, and then is playing left tackle. So really your 3rd string right tackle is over at left tackle. Your 4th string tackle is playing there. Bedard Traore didn't look great. Joe is taking too many hits.
Here we go. Yep.
Joe,
he's going to keep taking them.
He's going to keep taking them. Joe Burrow's quote, verbatim after the game, "I am not a slider."
And he said it with some sass too, like people who slide.
Nick Brossette, Ed Ogeron,
Greedy Williams,
all of them said they got to teach him how to slide. They don't like seeing it, but that's just not going to be what he says.
Yes, and someone says Joe does not let go the ball fast enough. Steve Ensminger told Ed Ogeron after the game that he thought Burrow was holding on to it too long. And I really think it was a bit of both. In the first quarter, I think Burrow was holding on to it too long. He had time a few times and held on to it too long. And then somewhere around the second quarter and second half, then it became more of an offensive line thing. So it was both.
One thing I do notice about Burrow, though, is he'll make the smart throw.
Yes.
Even if it's out of bounds, or he'll hold on, or he'll take off. He's not going to force it in. So maybe you'll see a completion percentage in the 55 to 60 range, but those interception numbers are going to be very good.
And one thing, I will never pretend to be a football expert no more than I do, but whenever he was having those moments where he took a lot of time, it took a while, I looked downfield and nobody was open. So, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of gray still, and that's what's so frustrating, I think, after these 2 weeks, is that we still don't know so much. You know, I think we know the offensive line's a concern, but the rest of it, we just still don't know. It's hard to tell. Are the receivers struggling? Is it Burrow? I just don't know. Yeah,
and also the film that we get to watch is exactly what you see on TV. We don't get any extra cameras or anything like that. So that'll pretty much do it for us. Ronald ends it with, don't drink the Coach O Kool-Aid just yet. This team looks average. He hopes he's wrong. I would like some Kool-Aid right now. It is very hot out here. We're going to get back up to the press box and get some stuff done. I'm Andrew. He's Brody. Thanks for watching.